and welcome to the James Oliver Guitar Channel, and this is vinyl video number 45 of vinyls, albums, bands and artists that I love and inspire me. So this is episode 45, which means that we've shown after this video 900 records from the collection, and there's still plenty more to see, so let's jump right in, and this is the first one. This is John Drumbo French, Captain Beefart's drummer, Magic Band frontman, with his album City of Refuge. This is a reissue from This is a reissue of the 2008 album City of Refuge, which has never been on vinyl before. This is Drumbo's first solo album on vinyl. It's a superb album. Features Magic Band members Bill Arkleroad, Greg Davis and Mark Boston, of course, John Thomas. And there's just a fantastic record if you like avant-garde blues, Beefart style stuff, amazing musicianship, definitely worth checking out. Tracks like The Boogeyman, Bus Ticket Out of Town, my personal favourite, Blood and a Porcupine Quill. Get So Mean, that's quite a bluesy one. Maybe That'll Teach Ya, The Loft of Ravenscroft, The Shirt Off My Back. Originally out on Proper Records, re-released on the Last Music label. There's also a CD reissue of this, and it's definitely worth checking out. So that's Drumbo. Up next then, we got The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Like Jim Morrison and co, great band. Spanish Caravan is on this. Hello, I Love You. The Unknown Soldier, which is a cool, lesser known Doors track. We Could Be So Good Together. The Doors are a wonderful band. Robbie Krieger on guitar, playing his SG. And this is quite the psychedelic album, and I really like it. And that's The Doors with Waiting for the Sun. Up next then, this is Nick Lowe with his Party of One album. One of the true great British singer-songwriters. This album features two of my favourite guitar players, Bill Kirchen and Ry Cooder. Jim Keltner is on the drums as well. Paul Carrack on the organ. Dave Edmunds is also on guitar. So three of my favourite guitar players. You got The Look I Like, is my favourite track off this. Rocky Road, Refrigerator White. What's Shaking on the Hill. Just a superb album from the 90s by the one and only Nick Lowe. Dave Edmunds with Tracks on Wax, of course. Edmunds is a powerhouse Welsh rocker, as you all know. Nick Lowe is on this. Jerry Hogan on pedal steel guitar, of course, who went on to be in Albert Lee's Hogan Heroes. Terry Williams on drums. Billy Bremner. It's basically it's a rock pile album under the Edmunds guys. Trouble Boys, which of course is Billy Bremner's song, is on this. Television, Deborah, which was a bit of a hit for Edmunds, I believe. Chuck Berry's My Own Business, a version of Nick Lowe's In the Heart of the City, and that's Edmunds with Tracks on Wax. Good title too, I like that. Tracks on Wax. The Wonderful Rockabilly of Johnny Horton, country rock and rockabilly. This is Johnny Horton, the Honky Tonk Man on Phillips, which has got the song I'm a Honky Tonk Man on, of course. My favourite Johnny Horton track was Grady Martin on guitar, I'm Coming Home. Honky Tonk Hardwood Floor is on this. I'm a One-Woman Man. Just classic country rockabilly by the one and only Johnny Horton. Bit of sort of progressive stuff up next. This is the Pink Fairies with Never Neverland, of course. Pink Fairies were the 60s and 70s sort of psychedelic rock band. And they did a really interesting version of Walk Don't Run with lyrics. And that's how I sort of found out about them. There's some cool stuff on here. Never Neverland, Teenage Rebel, Uncle Harry's Last Freakout, Do It. Psychedelic, progressive, the Pink Fairies, different and interesting. And that's the Pink Fairies. Up next, we've got the Electric Flag, of course, which features the wonderful Mike Bloomfield from the Butterfield Blues Band. And this is the Electric Flag album. They do Killing Floor, Texas. They do You Don't Realize, which is dedicated to Steve Cropper and Otis Redding. Easy Rider. Big band in this, Mike Bloomfield. is in the band. Buddy Miles on the drums. I mean, it doesn't get much better. This is a really good soul-y rock blues album, and this long time coming by the Electric Flag. Wilco Johnson and Roger Daltrey, of course, was Going Back Home. This is the album they made together with Norman Watt-Roy and Dylan Howe and Steve West-Weston when Wilco was sadly diagnosed with cancer. He's over there now and he's still going strong, but what a wonderful album. Going Back Home, Ice on the Motorway, Keep It to Yourself. A great version of Dylan's Can I Please Crawl Out Your Window, which is a really good Dylan song. Some Kind of Hero, Sneaking Suspicion, All Through the City. Nice to hear Roger Daltrey's take on these Wilco songs. It's a 10 out of 10 for me on that one. Always showing Neil Young or two. This is Neil Young's A Letter Home album, and it's the album that he recorded in Jack White's booth at Third Man Records. There's a nice box set as well to go with this, which I could show, but this is just a single LP, and he does A Letter Home, Burt Jansch's Needle of Death, Willie Nelson's Crazy, which is just absolutely stunning. He does On the Road Again, of course, by Willie Nelson. Bruce Springsteen's My Hometown. Bob Dylan's Girl from the North Country. I tell you what, Walter Trout does a nice version of Girl from the North Country as well. So that's Neil Young with A Letter Home. This is the first in the Peel sessions I'm showing. This is Syd Barrett's Peel session. I don't think I've showed Madcap Laughs yet. I've definitely showed Barrett, and he does Terraplane on this, Gigolo Arms, Baby Lemonade, The Ever-Pheasant Elephant with tiny eyes and a great big trunk, and Two of a Kind. Features Gilmore on guitar. Sorry, Syd Barrett on guitar, Dave Gilmore on bass, Jerry Shirley on drums. And it's for the Peel sessions. And it's definitely worth checking out. There's loads in the series. All the people that have done the Peel sessions are on the front today. The Damned, Stiff Little Fingers, Madness, Gang of Four, The Slits, Birthday Party, Joy Division, T-Rex, Robert Wyatt. There's so many listed on the back as well. So that's Syd Barrett's Peel sessions. Another Quo album. This is Mark Kelly's Greasy Spoon. This is an earlier Quo album, of course. Hey Maybell, No Label. What Isn't, Who Isn't. It's Done. Where Are You, Hide and Seek. Just a really cool, album. I've got a song like Spinning Wheel Daughter is on this. It's an earlier Quo album and they're starting to find their blues boogie roots. And that's Mark Kelly's Greasy Spoon. Bit of Pink Floyd up next. This is A Momentary Lapse of Reason, a later Floyd album, but as of course Roger Waters isn't on this. It's got Learning to Fly on it. Dogs of War. Sorrow on the Turning Away. Still got Richard Wright, Gilmore, Nick Mason is on this as well. Excellent later Pink Floyd album. Learning to Fly is a brilliant song. Up next then we got Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble with his first album, Texas Flood. This has got Love Struck Baby on Your Pride and Joy, Texas Flood, Tell Me, Rude Mood, which of course is Lightning Sky Up by Lightning Hopkins. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Buddy Guy of course, and it's just a really cool blues rock album by Stevie Ray. Always show a Welsh band, and this is New Southern Comfort, a Welsh country band featuring Dave Timothy there and Steve Finn. I've played extensively with both in their country band Canada, and this is a record they made for Look Records, and there's some nice stuff on here. California Blues, Lonesome Whistle, Taking the Easy Way Out, I'd Be a Fool to Take You Back, Take That Train Today. Just a nice country album. Dave Timothy, Ray Kingston and Steve Finn. Steve Finn was also in Sassafras as well. And he's still going today, Steve, doing gigs in pubs and clubs on his own. And Dave is still doing his Canada band with various different guitar players. Myself, Steve Finn, Pete Matheson, Tony from Newport. Lots of different people. Up next, Strictly Personal by the one and the only Captain Beefart. This is, this is the one after Safe as Milk, and they're starting to go psychedelic. Safe as Milk's on this, Trust Us. On Tomorrow, Beatles, Bones and Smoking Stones. Give Me That Art Boy, It Ain't No Fat Man's Toy. Candy Corn, Jeff Cotton on guitar, Alex St. Clair, John French on drums, Jerry Handley on bass, of course Don Van Vliet on vocals and mouth harp. He didn't like the mix on this. This is also signed by John French Drumbo, and of course we showed one of Drumbo's only solo, I say it's Drumbo's only solo record. He made an album I think called Drums, which I've never used, which is on CD, which I would like to get. This is George Thorogood and the Destroyers' first album. This is a cracker. This is by Thorogood. Features Madison Blues, one Bourbon Scotch, one beer, Ride on Josephine, Delaware Slide. I'm a big fan of George Thorogood, doing all that Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley, John Lee Hooker and Chess stuff. Real good time, fun band. Seen him in Cardiff. Brilliant. Shown quite a few of George's stuff. This is Memphis Slim. And it's just titled Memphis Slim Piano. Panic Street The Hustle, Back Home, Olympia Boogie, Mule Slim, West Side Trot. Wonderful piano player. Really popular in France, Memphis Slim. And there's not much more to say about it other than it's just some of the best blues piano playing you could ever hear and singing. Bob Dylan and the band. This is before the flood, of course. The live concert, Lay Lady Lay, Rainy Day Woman, Knocked on Everyone's Door, Up on Cripple Creek, Stage Fright, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, which is probably my favourite band song along with The Shape I'm In. Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. They do Watchtower. One of my favourite Dylan songs, Highway 61 Revisited, Like a Rolling Stone. Just a really good live album, and there they all are. Dylan and the band inside. Up next is the Chuck Berry album, You Never Can Tell. This is on the Pie International label, which is, of course, what all the chest was brought out on. You Never Can Tell. Round and Round. The Promised Land, which is another favourite of mine back in the USA. Reading and Rocking, Come On, another favourite Chuck Berry song of mine. And there's some of the other Chuck Berry songs you can get on the Pie International, and I think I've shown them all now. Last but not least, this is on the Golden Hour label. This is just the Great Bluesman Volume 2. The Golden Hour label, there's a Kinks album on there. There's a Man album on there. It's just sort of a cheap compilation label. But some great stuff on here. Mississippi Fred McDowell, Highway 61, Sunhouse's Death Letter Blues. Robert Pete Williams was Midnight Boogie. Of course, Beefart recorded the Robert Pete Williams song Grown So Ugly on his first record. Sporting Life Blues, Skip James. Bus Station Blues by John Lee Hooker, Lightning Hopkins with Shake That Thing. And then the B-side is more electric stuff. Homesick James with Set a Date. Johnny Shine's Dynaflow Blues. Of course, he recorded that as well for Blue Horizon. Cotton Crop Blues, which features Pate, which is just amazing. Otis Spann, another fabulous blues piano players on this. Buddy Guy's on this. Junior Wells doing Messing with the Kids. Johnny Young's Southside Blues Band. Of course, Johnny Young is a wonderful blues harmonica player as well as guitar player. And that's the Great Bluesman on the Golden Hour label. Also a cool cover which features Buddy Guy with his 50s Strat. So there we have it. There's video number 45, 900 records. I'll see you all again next week for episode 46. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. New vinyl videos, guitar review videos, little short rockabilly blues, country clips, all on the channel. New stuff every day, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.